My friend Chris dropped off this white oak log the other day, and I rolled it around, kind of looking at it and seeing where there's knots. There's kind of knots here and here, and what I'm going to do is just I ran a line, a snap line, you can barely see it, in between these couple of knots that are here. And I'm going to try and wedge it out and split it and see what I got. I'm going to run a circular saw blade down the middle to give me a line, and I'm going to see if I can today split this in half. I think it's going to be easy to split after this. This is me babying a tear in my rotator cuff. I'm putting off the surgery till I'm teaching archery classes, and kind of in the middle of the 3D season I'm going to put off the surgery. But this is how I baby. I'm whacking this thing lefty, using the saws to help me split it. This is the other side. I rolled it over. Surprisingly good lefty. That's it, it's almost split. My shoulder, trying to baby my shoulder as much as I could. I got two pieces, two halves now. And I'll have to look at them a little better now that they're manageable. This is very heavy, wet. You know, it's a heavy, heavy log, white oak when it's soaking wet. And I think it's like 76 inches long. And I'm going to see what it looks like and see if I could split each one of these in half or just take a section out of it. Remember, it's better to have more meat for if you're going to make a bow with a handle and not a bend through one. You got to leave a little more meat. It's better to have one stave out of each side than two, and there's really no meat for what you want to do with it. So it's been steaming for an hour and 15 minutes. Time to put it on a jig. Yeah, this was twisted a little worse than I thought. Yeah, it's about the end of the cooling time now. I'm going to have to spend some time with the heat gun trying to get it a little better, but this was the worst one. This one had crazy twist and wasn't not even close to aligned. So I got one more. I'm going to shut it off, fill it up with water, and steam the second one. I'm going to have to spend some time with the heat gun trying to get it a little better, but this was the worst one. This one had crazy twist and wasn't not even close to aligned. So I got one more. I'm going to shut it off, fill it up with water. Back to the white oak half log now. I'm looking at it, trying to see where the knots are. Sometimes it's really hard until you take the bark off. And like, here's a bad knot here. But, so you leave them longer than you want. And I'm going to cut it right down the middle. And this will probably make a 66-inch bow, 65-inch bow from here. But on the other half, depending on how the knots are, we'll see what kind of bow we can make out of it. And, or any bow, you don't know. But the plan is, this has winter bark. I tried peeling it. You can see the end. I tried peeling it. It's still winter bark. It's not flowing. And I found that if I steam this log, a square section, make like a 4x4. If I steam it, I'll be able to peel the winter bark off like a banana. So that's the plans. I'll quarter this. I don't know if I'm going to get one log, one stave, two staves, no staves. I don't know what I'm going to do, but it don't look too bad. I'm going to split it down the middle. Then I'll look at the other one, and I guess I'll probably wind up doing this similar on the other one. Going to run the circular saw down once again. I have a tear in my rotator cuff. I shouldn't be doing any of this stuff, but as long as you're careful, beating the hammer with my left hand most of the time, and we'll see what happens. Okay, I'll brush it up. I filled up the steamer again, and I have it the other stave in the tube. That's not that bad. This was the worst, and it's pretty good. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to heat up each section for 8 minutes, the inners and the outer section. I'm going to concentrate on this part here, and it may be a little longer than 8 minutes. And once again, now when you first put it on with the steamer, I kind of like what I call gorilla it. I twist it, I make it conform. But now with the heat, you're going to warm it up, heat it up, and you're going to be gentle, and you don't want nothing to crack. So now you heat it up and gently try to get it as close as you can. There'll be other chance to align this too. When this stave gets fire hardened, it'll be aligned on the same jig again, and as it's cooking, under that when it's getting fire hardened, it'll get soft and pliable a lot more than the heat gun, and the screw clamps will get loose, and we'll be able to tighten them up, and it'll even be better. But that's the plan. This was twisted really bad, incredibly twisted, and the steam straightened it out, and I heated it up and sort of aligned the limbs a little better. And we have one more chance of even making this more aligned and permanent, is when we fire harden it, put it back on a jig, realign it, and cook it. Okay, this is going to go inside, and I'm going to put it on the back porch and hydrate it later, put some moisture back in. Now the other one, I have another stave that's really not that bad, but I'm steaming it, going to straighten it out. That's coming out next. Got to be pretty fast with this. Really not that bad, this one, compared to the others. This one's pretty good. Okay, same deal with this one. 8 minutes inners, 8 minutes outers. And then once again, when that's done, then the next alignment will be on the fire hardening jig. Well, it's a lot of work for me, with disc damage, nerve damage, rotator cuff. Looking at the knots, the way I cut it, I'll get one bow out of that one. And this one here, I'll have to see when I trim it up. I'll probably get a bow out of that. And this one has a big knot here, a couple of knots around. I left it a little wider. So I'll see what it looks like when I trim it. Meanwhile, the split, I'll let them dry up. They'll get a little lighter. And once I trim them up, I'm going to steam them to get the winter bark off. Because I tried peeling the bark, and the bark does not come off. It's got that winter bark. It, we're still at the end of March here, and it's not flowing. It's not, the sap isn't flowing, and the bark is still glued tight on the wood. So that's it for this. I'm done now. I got to go clean everything up, and I'm supposed to shoot a 3D tournament tomorrow. Maybe I'll go look, see if I got a lighter bow. See if I got a lighter bow and a couple arrows. As long as I get the target, I'll go. All right, just want to show you what I was up to. Okay, future white oak bows. That short one is kind of short. And my friend Chris is thinking of maybe sinew backing a white oak bow, make a short sinew back bow. So we'll see what videos pop up in the future. A lot of work today, and I just got to heat this one up. I'm going to heat this one up with the heat gun. 8 minutes each section, and then I'm done. Got to put everything away. Hard day today. Yeah, I figured I'd show you what's underneath that cover that I work on a trailer all the time. That's my archery cart. I never played golf in my life. But me and the other guys hop on this for the archery course. I'm really tired. Worked hard today, and I know my shoulder's going to be killing me tomorrow. But I want to shoot the 3D course tomorrow. So this is a little hickory bow recurve that I had made a while back. I don't know which one of the videos. I made a couple of them, but recurves are a pain in the neck to get the limbs aligned, but this one is good. So I have no idea where this hits. I don't even know if it's going to reach the deer target at this 25 yards. I think there's only one target or two targets that are longer, like 25 yards. So let me just see what happens. I'm going to put the arrow on top of the deer's back and hope for the best. Oh my God. Oh my God. Well, I'm happy. This is coming with me tomorrow. Oh man. All right. Somebody knows I'm tired and they're looking out for me. So now 20 yards, there's always a lot of targets at 20 yards usually. So let's see how I do at 20 yards. I'm going to try like maybe point on. Okay, that was me. If you ever, I'm tired and if you watch the video, you'll probably see me doing this. I was rocking. I was rocking. All right, so let's see. Okay, good enough. I'm hitting. As long as I hit the target, even in the 8 ring, I don't care tomorrow. Like I said, I haven't shot this bow since I made it. I haven't had a clue where it goes. One more though. Then we'll go to 15. Okay. Let's go to 15. Now 15, it's kind of weird, 15 and 10. I'm going to try looking down the arrow and seeing if I hit. Okay, I'm going to try that again. I think I might have dropped my arm. So anyway, when I say I look down the arrow, in between my eye and my top of my cheek, there's a little depression, and I lay my finger in there. I look down the arrow like I'm looking down a barrel of a shotgun. Okay, good enough. Good enough. I'll go get my arrows. I'll try 10 again. But I can look down the arrow at 15 and know I'll get an 8. I'm happy with it. Let's go take a walk down and see what it looks like. Okay, not bad. I haven't shot this since I made it, so I'm happy with it. One low and one grip, but the rest of them are there. So that's it. Watch my other videos on Barebow Joe. Get out, shoot, do something, have fun. Life is short.